Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yeonni. So for today's topic, I want to talk about why it's important to talk about mental health on YouTube. And I decided to talk about this today because my channel recently just hit 10,000 subscribers. And I thought, instead of being like a hey, thank you, let's move on, reaching that number made me think a lot about why I'm doing this, why I started talking about mental health on YouTube. I thought I would put a little bit of an educational, deeper twist into a thank you video. At the end of the day, that number 10,000, I don't really understand it because the number that's more important to me really is the number of interactions I get to have with a lot of you who came to find my channel, like the comments and the conversations that I've been able to have with all of you, and the few select handful of you that have kept coming back to my channel to watch my videos, comment, and encourage me even, or let me know what you think of my videos. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have come back to my video to watch, and to even the new subscribers that I have. Hey, welcome to my tiny corner of YouTube. I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, there is going to be a small giveaway that I'm trying to put together right now. I'll announce it on my Instagram, and probably in my next video on the channel is going to be about the giveaway, but it's not going to be a MacBook. I'm just your average therapist at a 9-to-5 job, but it's just something little that I wanted to put together to show my appreciation. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into this week's topic. So when I was putting this together, I thought it'd be best to put into points of, I think 4 points of why it's important to talk about mental health on YouTube. The first point is knowledge and education. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you talk about mental health on a platform like YouTube, you can spread psychoeducation, you can help to raise awareness and to spread knowledge and education on specific mental health disorders, the symptoms of disorders, how to deal and cope with mental health illness. You can talk about culture and stigma. For example, like my video on anxiety and how to cope with anxiety, because I personally suffer with anxiety. So just ways to spread information in that sense to help one another. By making videos like this on a platform like YouTube, I can share resources on how to get further help, because yes, I am a licensed therapist, however, I'm not your specific therapist, and I can't be on call for you if you or someone you know may be in need of crisis. So by making videos like this, I can link to resources, whether it's numbers or websites, in the description down below, or by verbally letting you know that there is help out there. We need to make mental health videos on YouTube, and I make mental health videos on YouTube because I can share education and knowledge on very, very important topics. Secondly, I think it's important to make mental health videos on a place like YouTube because I kind of already dabbled into this, but we can raise awareness on mental health topics. In order to understand more, to know more, we need to talk about it more, because we can be fed information one way. However, in today's day and age, we have a plethora of information online, so it's important to communicate with, whether it's licensed professionals or with each other, on how we feel about certain topics about mental health, because at the end of the day, there's the scientific journals and what the general public say mental health is, but the other aspect of mental health is your own personal experience and journey of, maybe struggling through symptoms of depression or PTSD, whatever it may be. So much of conversations on mental health can't just be stagnated into scientific data and journals and books and be fed to us, because it's so personal. Each person's mental health journey and their experience and their symptoms are so different. Just because one person presents with a certain set of symptoms of, let's say, anxiety disorder, doesn't mean if yours doesn't fit that mold, you don't have anxiety disorder. Whether it's having conversations like this and raising awareness on negative stigma that's involved with mental health, cultural differences that comes to conversations on mental health. Talking about cultural differences, in social work school, we would always learn about cultural competence versus cultural humility. Cultural competence was this huge movement of understanding that in fields like social work and in working in the mental health field, we need to be aware and competent that other people's cultures really shape their experience. So that's how cultural competence came to exist. And then there was like this whole new movement on how it's not really cultural competence, because you can't truly understand someone else's culture unless you're from that culture. So cultural competence morphed into cultural humility, where we understand that people from different cultures are different, but also show the humility to approach it with an open mind, saying that hey, I understand you're different, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about, what you're going through, because I'm not from your culture. Please inform me. Please, like, let me in on your experience. It's that kind of humility aspect. So, or even talking about how human rights may be impeded by the way people view mental health. Human rights, that's a huge aspect of raising mental health awareness, especially when it comes to the LGBT community and trans rights movements, and how individuals of the LGBT community are treated legally, whether it's city-wise, state-wise, nationwide, or internationally, whether it's their rights to get married or to get health care or whatever it may be. It's very important to raise awareness on the fact that just because gay marriage is allowed in your city or your state doesn't mean it's allowed in another country, and how that blends into a lot of mental health disorders like anxiety, depression, which could even lead to, ideations and following through of suicide, especially amongst our youth. So yes, the second point of why it is so important to talk about mental health, especially on a public setting like YouTube, is that we raise awareness on very important, delicate, stigmatizing topics that affects all of us in one way or another. And thirdly, why we need to talk about mental health on YouTube is to spread emotional support. It's a lot of the awareness aspect, but also kind of opening up the door to conversations to show those who might feel like they're struggling alone that they aren't truly alone in their struggles. A lot of the times when it comes to dealing with mental illness and even just emotional dysregulation and symptoms that come from mental illness, it's very easy for those who are struggling with those circumstances to isolate themselves, whether it's as a symptom of depression or anxiety or whatever it may be, or just feeling like no one really understands me, or even being told that what you're going through is not legitimate. It's very easy for us to, kind of close all our doors, build up the walls, and just be alone with ourselves because we're not validated, we're not respected the way we should be. So talking about mental health on a platform like YouTube, on a public platform like this, allows that person who may be sitting in his or her room right now alone, feeling really down, really misunderstood, really not seen, to show that they are seen. Yes, I'm talking to a camera right now. Yes, you're looking at a screen right now, but this video is for you, whether it's talking about dealing with anxiety or with depression or with an existential crisis. All the videos that I've made so far, I make these to show those people who may be alone, who may be feeling lonely and misunderstood, that you are not alone in your struggles. And that's a huge aspect of social media, that we get to connect through a platform like this. And that leads into the last point of why I believe it's important to make mental health videos on a platform like YouTube, is because YouTube is a huge platform. There's a presence to it. Here's some statistics that I looked up recently. In 2015, 18 to 49-year-olds spent 4% less time watching TV, while time on YouTube went up 74%. And on mobile devices alone, YouTube reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than any broadcast or cable TV network. And also you can navigate YouTube in a total of 80 different languages, which covers 95% of the internet population. So essentially, more and more as time goes, we have more access to the internet through mostly our smartphone devices, and thus to YouTube, which is this exploding, growing platform. So whether it's the 18-year-old looking for college advice, or the 40-year-old looking for advice on feeling stuck in life, or even the 13-year-old who's starting off school and is nervous about the first day of school. Every year around the time that school starts, that specific video that I made, it's right here actually, it becomes popular again. I have a lot of 10-year-old to 13-year-olds commenting they were really nervous for the first day of school, but they feel a lot better after having seen my video. And honestly, it's those comments that just make my day and make me feel more secure in my decision to be putting myself out onto the public internet and making these videos, because it shows that 10 or 13-year-old that might have come onto YouTube to watch a cat video or whatever it may be. Through my video, they were able to get something out of it, not only entertainment through other aspects of YouTube, but to feel more secure and confident and calm and good about themselves. So at the end of the day, my goal being on YouTube is to put out educating, warm, genuine, kind videos, whether it's an informational video on mental health disorders, or whether it's a video about advice on relationships and dating, or a video on how to adopt cats, whatever it may be, because clearly I'm someone who has various different interests in life. YouTube is such a cool place where I can indulge in my creative side, where I can make vlogs, makeup videos, and by clicking on that video you can actually have access to my other videos that I truly honestly care more about. It might not be the topic that people come to YouTube to search up. You know, most likely on YouTube you come to watch drama videos or whatever. I mean, I know I do. It's a huge pocket of entertainment in today's society, so I understand that. But there's any way that I can put out some content that can really make you feel secure and good about yourself, or to show you that there is hope or there's a way to come out of a difficult situation in life, that is why I make videos here on YouTube. That's it for this week's video. I really want to say thank you again for 10,000 subscribers. Once again, still can't really comprehend what that number means. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you, especially the ones who drop down in the comments and, you know, kind of stick around to talk to me, and we can have really cool conversations and get to meet each other in this weird YouTube way. I hope you liked this video. Please like it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I make mental health videos, social work videos, advice videos, and pretty much everything that I feel like making, which is the cool part of YouTube. Go check out my channel to see what kind of videos I do make, and if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!